Welcome back to our lecture series in circuits and networks. So in today we are dealing a new area, a new module, and which is very important in concept wise for you to be an electrical engineer. So this module basically is all about the power and power measurement. So power, we know what is power. Power is voltage into current, how it can measure. Such things are known for you, but we are just refreshing those things for doing some problems and for developing the concepts of three-phase power. Generally, you may be well aware about single-phase power, just VI and VI cos phi. Now we are just brushing up those things and we are jumping into three-phase power. So first of all, single-phase power. This is just a representation of phase, this symbol, single-phase power. Okay, for single phase, we know that there is three type of power. Not only for single phase, in three phase also there is three type of power: active power, reactive power and apparent power. What is active power? A power that we can see by your eyes is generally active power. Suppose you are seeing some light from a bulb, definitely it is active power. It is somewhat how an incandescent lamp produces its brightness, its light. It's due to the current into resistance. That is, some loss happens and that is converted as light. For an iron box also, if we are getting some heat or high temperature from it, means there is a loss of power, and thus that loss is current square into resistance in term of power, W loss. Actually that is not a loss, even though the equation says it is a loss, it is useful for you. We are dissipating some energy in some resistance. We are dissipating some energy in this resistance, so that we will get a voltage I into R, that is a voltage, and I square into R, that is the power. This voltage is known as voltage drop. The same equation is valid if voltage into current. This will be also same. I into R, voltage into current, that is I square R. So that power is known as active power. But there is one more power, reactive power also. Reactive power is also an important power, but we can see it by naked eyes. Why? If we are having an inductor, I am passing some small current in the winding. You know that what happens if you are having a winding and you are passing a small current in the winding. What happens? Yes, as everybody knows, some flux is developed in the winding. If there is some magnetic material that you can absorb, you can see the flux. Otherwise, can you see the flux? No. But the light, heat, such things, that is directly measurable. But the flux that produced by the coil cannot be directly seen. That is an example for reactive power. Such flux is an example for reactive power. And apparent power is the total power. Suppose if in that winding, if there is some small resistance also inside that winding. What is basically a winding? Basically a winding is resistive, inductive, capacitive. Please tell me. It is inductive. But if there is a small resistance also like this, then what happened? The inductive part will produce some flux and the resistive part will produce some active power also, that is some heat will produce if resistance is there. Definitely in your house you can see some mixie or washing machine. What is there inside? It is basically coil. Coil is inductor. So it is producing some flux, but it is not only producing flux, some heat will be also there. That means resistance is there inside the winding. So this resistance will give real power, whereas the inductance or winding will give reactive power. This can be, we can easily measure this one. If you are using a wattmeter to measure, that wattmeter will show only reactive, active power. Reactive power will not be shown by the wattmeter. So you have to note that active power is the measurable power, and that is VI cos phi, or that is the working component or wattful power, working component or wattful power, and its unit is W, watts. Everybody knows that the unit of power is W, watts. Whereas reactive power is VI sin phi. It is some power in the form of flux or such things that we cannot directly measure or directly see by our eyes, but that is also needed, and its unit is volt ampere reactance, VAR, volt ampere reactance. And apparent power is square root of P square plus Q square, VI into square root of cos square phi sin square phi, it is 1. So it will be VI, and its unit will be, voltage unit will be volt and current unit will be ampere. So its unit will be volt ampere. Is it okay? Okay, now we are looking into that phi. In the power equation, if it is P, that is VI cos phi, and if it is Q, that is VI sin phi. Anyhow, phi is important. What is this phi? Phi is the angle between voltage and current. Suppose we are taking voltage as a reference. In case of purely resistive load means that load should not have any inductance or capacitance. In such a case, we can say the load is purely resistive load. You know, in a resistance, voltage and current are in phase. Voltage and current are in phase. V and I are in phase. Then phi will be 0. If V and current are in phase, there is no difference, phase difference. So the angle phi will be 0. In such case, substitute this phi is equal to 0 in your P equation. So if we substitute this phi is equal to 0 in P equation, it is VI cos 0. Cos 0 is 1. So it will be VI. But in the same circuit, substitute phi is equal to 0 in Q equation. What happened? VI sin 0, that is 0. What you can understand, if a circuit is purely resistive, the entire current you are giving will be converted as active power. You will get some heat, some light, like that. Flux will not be produced, or storing of energy will not happen, just dissipation. Resistance is always doing just dissipating energy as heat, light, somewhat. But inductance and capacitance will be storing energy. Electrical energy is stored as magnetic energy. That's why flux comes. So, if it is purely resistance, no storing is there, complete dissipation. So, you will get high active power. Entire voltage into current will be converted as active power, but reactive power will be 0. No storing of energy happens. So, what will be the S equation? Square root of P square. S is apparent power. Square root of P square plus Q square. That will be VA itself. Okay. So, If a circuit is purely resistive means it will be producing high active power, whereas reactive power will be 0. Phase angle is 0. Now consider a purely inductive circuit. Purely inductive circuit. We know that whenever you are hearing the word inductive, you will be hearing that phi is lagging. Phi is lagging. If it is purely inductor, the lagging degree will be 90 degree. That thing you know. And if it is leading, you know it is capacitive. And if it is purely capacitive, that leading degree will be plus 90 degree. That is also known for you. Positive leading, and lagging means it is lagging. If it is purely inductor, it is lagging by 90 degree. If it is purely leading, you know, if it is purely capacitive, you know it is leading by 90 degree. But what is this lagging? What is this leading? Who is lagging? Who is leading? That you may have some confusion. So I will explain this case. Purely inductive case. Again take voltage as the reference. Okay. You can take current also as the reference, no issue. Take voltage as the reference. If a circuit is lagging means who is lagging? Please save these words in your brain for the lifetime. Lagging means current is lagging, and leading means current is leading. The statement is all about the property of current with voltage as a reference. So if purely inductive, we know 90 degree lagging. So who is lagging 90 degree? Current is lagging 90 degree. Okay. So lagging means if you are applying a arrow mark in clockwise direction, you have to see voltage at first. Then after 90 degree only you will see the current. Okay. So if the voltage is taken as V angle 0, current should be taken as I angle minus 90 degree. Why? You are following in clockwise direction. Who is appearing first? That is voltage. So it is reference. So its angle is 0. In clockwise direction, after 90 degree only you are seeing current. Clockwise angle means you have to give negative degree. Anti-clockwise angle means you have to give positive degree. So now you are taking reference in clockwise direction, and initially you are seeing voltage. So voltage is the reference, voltage angle 0. Only 90 degree in clockwise you are seeing current. So with respect to voltage, current is 90 degree lagging. 90 degree lagging in clockwise direction. As it is in clockwise, we have to take minus 90. So voltage is 0 degree and current angle minus 90 degree. This case indicates purely lagging circuit or purely inductive circuit. So this is V, this is I. Okay. So we got that phi is equal to 90. If we substituting phi is equal to 90 in power equation, active power equation, it is Vi cos 90. That is equal to cos 90 is equal to 0. But in Q equation, it is Vi sin 90. That is equal to Vi itself. So all the voltage into current will be converted as reactive power in case of pure inductor. So what will be the S? Square root of P square plus Q square. It will be again, apparent power will be again Vi. But now real power is absent, but reactive power is 100% present. That is the concept of purely inductor. Now let me ask a simple question. If there is a small resistance is there in the inductor, then what happen? A small portion real power will be present. That also we will discuss. Okay, we can discuss that one. So this is the case of pure inductor. Now resistor plus inductor. If the load is having resistance and inductor, and we are applying a voltage and current, we are applying a voltage, what happened? Suppose this is the case and we are applying a voltage, what happens? Okay, so a current will be passing through it. If I am taking voltage as the reference, then the current will be, anyhow it will be lagging, because if it is purely resistive, the current will be in phase. If it is purely inductive, the current will be here 90 degree out of phase. So if it is a mixture of resistance and inductance, the current will be lagging. The current will be lagging. It will be, the angle will be in between 0 and 90 degree. This will be current. So now the current can be splitted into two components. The one component will be I cos phi. Why? This is the phi angle. Phi is the angle between voltage and current. So this component will be I cos phi, and this component will be I sin phi. As this is I sin phi, this is also I sin phi, just parallel. So I can redraw this as I cos phi and I sin phi. Is it okay? Okay, this is actually I sin phi, we transfer that to here. Now suppose I am multiplying V with all the three vectors. V is V angle 0, reference. What happened? This figure will be modified as, magnitude will change because we are multiplying a V, Vi cos phi on this axis, and on this axis it will be Vi sin phi. Here it will be I into V, Vi. But if this is phi, this angle will be also phi. Is it okay? Okay, there is one more thing. As we are taking voltage as reference, it is always better that you can take parallel combination. In concept wise, for getting the conclusions, both are same, but exact circuit represents RL parallel, because in series connection generally we are taking voltage current as the reference. If in this phasor I am taking voltage as reference, so parallel combination is the better one. Okay, anyhow, now listen here. So we got Vi cos phi, Vi sin phi, Vi, and the angle, if this is phi, this will be phi, and this is also phi. Now tell me, what is Vi cos phi? Vi cos phi is real power. What is Vi sin phi? That is reactive power. What is Vi? That is apparent power. So this is the concept of phase relation, what is happening. So here the angle is somewhat 45 degree. So we are getting both real power and reactive power. If the angle is 0 degree, we will be getting only real power. If the angle is 90 degree, we will be getting only reactive power. So that is the concept. So is it clear for you? If it is clear, we can move to the case where a purely capacitance is connected. So now things are more clear. So it is a purely capacitor, pure capacitor. So it is 90 degree leading. Capacitor is leading. What is leading? Current leads voltage by 90 degree. So again we are taking voltage as the reference. And as current is leading, this is I. So again apply a clockwise arrow mark. Which one is seeing initially? Current you are seeing initially. But anyhow your reference is always voltage. So you have to take voltage angle as 90 degree. Now tell me, with respect to voltage, the current is leading or lagging? You are seeing current at first. So current is leading. How much angle leading? 90 degree leading. And how you can write the current in this form? Voltage is V angle 0. Current should be, you are seeing 90 degree earlier. So that angle is plus or minus. If this voltage is reference, you can see that current is, this is current. 90 degree initial means 90 degree in anti-clockwise direction. So you can write plus 90 degree. So with respect to voltage, in case of inductor, it was 90 degree in clockwise direction. Now with respect to voltage, the current is 90 degree in anti-clockwise direction. So you can use plus 90. Then what is the concept of this arrow mark? This arrow mark is a clockwise arrow mark, and which quantity you are seeing earlier, that is the leading quantity. In this clockwise arrow mark you are seeing current earlier, so current leads voltage by 90 degree. And this plus, that we are marking with respect to voltage. With respect to voltage, it is clockwise. So it is anti-clockwise, so you can use plus 90. So I hope this is clear. Now, tell me the equation of P and Q. P is equal to Vi cos 0, cos 90. So that is 0 degree. And Q is equal to Vi sin 90. That is equal to Vi. But you have to be careful that this reactive power is leading reactive power. It will be better if you write leading in bracket. The previous one was lagging reactive power. Okay. Now I am moving to C plus R circuit. So what will be the angle? Consider a parallel circuit R and C, where you are giving a voltage V. So V is the reference, and current, if it is purely resistor, current will be coming here somewhere. If it is purely capacitor, the current will be coming here somewhere. As it is a resultant of mixture of both resistance and capacitor, the angle will be in between 0 and 90. But you have to be careful that this 90 is plus 90. Whereas in case inductor, that was minus 90. Okay, so suppose this is coming here, this is high. We can split that current into two components. where this is phi. So this component is I cos phi, and this component will be I sin phi. So I am drawing it in form of currents only. I am taking the currents from this figure. Small difference may happen because I am not using scales. If you are using scale, you will get the exact thing. This I sin phi is transferred to this side. Just parallel transformation. I sin phi. So I cos phi, I sin phi. This vector resultant will be I. Square root of I cos phi, square root of this and this, square root of I cos phi square plus I sin phi square will give magnitude of this I. This will be again phi. Now, if you want to convert it into power, you can just multiply voltage V angle 0 with both three vectors. Then the magnitude will be different. Anyhow, the angle will be phi again. This is Vi sin phi. This is Vi cos phi. And this is Vi. Vi sin phi is Q, Vi cos phi is P, and Vi is S. But what is the difference? What is the difference here? In previous case, this Vi sin phi was opposite in direction. That is, the capacitor's reactive power and inductor's reactive power are just opposite in direction. In other words, an inductor is always absorbing or eating or taking the reactive power, whereas a capacitor is supplying reactive power. Capacitor is supplying reactive power. Keep this thing in your mind. It will be useful in upcoming semesters. Please write it that. A capacitor is delivering reactive power, whereas inductor is absorbing reactive power. Okay? So, these things are over. Now, you are moving to three-phase power. Okay, now, we can start three-phase power. So, before going to three-phase power, we note that generally if in your home it is single phase, how many lines coming into your house? One phase wire and one neutral wire. So, in your plug also there will be only one phase, one neutral. Earth will be there, it is some other case for safety. You now please leave it. The phase and neutral are the essential things for working a lamp or any other devices. You need phase and neutral. So, phase is having some high potential, some 230 volt. If it is single phase, don't think whether is it line voltage or phase voltage. In single phase, there is only one quantity, that is the voltage itself. And the neutral's voltage will be 0 volt. So, if you are connecting some lamp in between this phase and neutral, due to the potential difference, current will flow. Current will flow. As a reason, I into R, voltage drop appears, and power, I square R power appears, so light will come. If it is fan, it will rotate like that. So, what is the thing that making the device working? That is the potential difference in between phase and neutral. So, that is the case of single phase. But in case of three phase, you are having two different options. You can connect in between phase and neutral, that will glow. If it is a simple device like single phase device like light, fan, in such case you can do like this. But if it is not that much simple equipment and you are having you suppose you are an industrial customer, you are running a flour mill, you are having a big motor, so that you are connecting phase and phase, and you are having a big motor, then also you will get high voltage. because this one phase, suppose it is R phase and it is Y phase, is having 230 angle 0. The other one will be having 230 angle minus 120. So due to this phase difference, current will flow here. Magnitude may be same, but phase is different. That is the concept of three phase. In three phase, each phase is having how much phase difference? 120-degree phase difference. So we will go in detail. So this is a brief concept. Suppose in your home you may not be connecting like in between phase and phase. If you are having a three phase in your home, you may not connect phase and phase because your devices are not requiring that much power. That way you may be splitting your load into each phase. Some three phase will be for some R phase will be given for some area, Y phase will be given for some other area, and B phase will be given for some other area. You will not have this operation. You will be performing only this operation. But this is some other case. This is some high load, like some industrial loads you are having, you can do this method. So that is the case of three phase. Now the important thing is that if you are having three phase, you may have this connection. In your home, if you are splitting your load, your kitchen and bedroom is in R phase, your dining hall and your home theater will be in Y phase, some other work area or some sit out will be in B phase. So you are splitting your load into three phases. That is the practical case that you can see in your home if your home is a three phase supplied home. But this connection is having star name. The name of this connection is star connection, RYB. Your load is split into three parts and you are giving separate connection for these three. So now we are coming into the depth of this star connection. So this is neutral. Neutral is the connection point of these three individual phase points. This is R phase, B phase, Y phase. And we are connecting that to these loads, and the other ends are short circuited, and this is known as neutral. Okay, so what is a phase voltage? If you are taking this connection, this RYB connection into your home, you don't need fourth and high voltage, you just need only 230 voltage only. So that can be taken in between the phase and this neutral. That will be marked as phase voltage or VRN in between this R phase and neutral phase. That is known as phase voltage. Whereas if you are taking this connection to a industry or like a flour mill, you can take phase voltage and you can give that connection to some bulb, some fan in that building. You can take this connection. On the same time, there is big motors or big machines inside the industry. There is a flour mill, there is a big mill, motor drive unit is there. So that you can connect that in between these R phase and B phase. So there is one more option. If it is a star connection, you can take both phase voltage and line voltage. This is line voltage, V in between R and B. That is known as V line voltage. So which will be higher, phase voltage or line voltage? Do you know the value? Generally we are taking 230 volt, that is the voltage that coming to our home as phase voltage, whereas line voltage is approximately 415 420 volt is higher. And what is the relation? V line is equal to √3 into V phase. In case of star connection, that is important. Because in the figure itself you can see line voltage and phase voltage are different in star. But what about current? Suppose this is a phase, this is our phase loads are here. So where you can mark the phase current? Here you can mark the phase current, I phase or IR, I phase PH or IR. But where is the line current? That is also same. This is the three lines here. I line, that is also IR, because this is just a series connection. Three series connections are there. So line current and phase current will be same. I line is equal to I phase in star connection. Now let me do a fast exercise to show you what is the phase voltage, how it is bigger than what is the line voltage, how it is bigger than phase voltage. So line voltage is VRB, that is potential difference, voltage is potential difference in between phase R and phase B. We can mark it as vector VR minus vector B, phase difference. That way I am taking this minus. So it is very simple. This is VR. VR, voltage in between R phase and neutral phase. V phase, V in between R and N, or simply we can write it as VR. Okay, VR. Take it as reference. It will be VR angle 0 degree. Suppose this is 0 degree. Next one will be Vy angle 120 degree is the difference between each phase. We know that 120 degree is the difference between each phase. So Vy angle 120. You see this clockwise or anti-clockwise? This is reference. Clockwise or anti-clockwise? Clockwise, so positive angle. Then VB again 120. So we are Vy angle 120 and VB angle 240. So plus 240 means with reference of this VR 120 again 120. This is VB angle 240. Now, what is our aim? I want to find VR minus VB. So, minus VB means I have to draw this VB into opposite direction. This is minus VB. Vector minus VB. VR minus VB is just, okay, 1 minute. VR minus VB is just equal to VR plus vector VR plus vector minus VB, like that. This is minus VB. Now I am going to take the vector resultant. How I can find vector resultant? I hope everybody know parallelogram's law. Draw a parallel line for VR and draw a parallel line for minus VB. They will meet here. This will be the resultant, VRB. So VR and VB are phase voltage, but VRB is line voltage. From the magnitude you can see V line is higher. There is a derivation also, but it is not needed in this syllabus. Anyhow, if you do the derivation by taking the parallelogram resultant, you will get V line is equal to √3 V phase. Anyhow, what was my aim? VRB is much higher than VR and VB. That is the concept of line voltage. VRB is line voltage, where VR and VB are phase voltage. Okay, so this is the case of star voltage relation. V line is root 3 V phase. V line is somewhat 450 volt. V phase is normal phase voltage. Whereas I line and I phase are same. Now I am going to derive the power relation for this 3-phase star connection. Okay, now power. 3-phase power. Power is equal to, in 3-phase, that is, we are having 3 phases. One phase power is V phase, I phase, cos phi. We have to always take phase here. And as it is 3-phase system, we have to multiply with 3. 3 into V phase, I phase, cos phi. Now in star, we know that V phase is equal to VL by root 3 and I phase is IL. On next step, I am converting this to line. So 3 into V phase is nothing but V phase from here, VL by root 3. V phase is equal from this relation. V phase is equal to VL by root 3. And I phase is equal to I line into cos phi. Then it will become root 3. So root 3 will come here. VL IL cos phi. Very, very interesting. If it is in phase, your equation will be 3 V phase I phase cos phi. If it is line, the same equation will be root 3 VL IL cos phi. Now remember one thing, this is not only for star. In delta also you will get the same final equation. Please keep this in your mind. Not only in star, for all 3-phase system, in star or delta, the same equation will come. In phase it will be 3 V phase I phase cos phi. In line it will be root 3 VL IL cos phi. Now let us check delta system. Okay, so now it is a delta connected load system. As it is load, we can see current is coming towards inside. Suppose this may be your home. If your home is a 3-phase connected system, maybe an industry also. But the main difference from star to delta was no neutral point. Here no neutral point is there. Delta, on the both side of this load, connections are there. No common point is taken. For this load also, this side we are giving one input, this side there is another input. Like that. For this phase load also, it is like that. No neutral point is there. So what is the main thing? Suppose, okay, suppose this is I line, this line is given separate to these 2 phases. So I can take this line's name as I, R, Y, for both for R and Y. Suppose this is for, this is R, this is Y, this is B. Suppose this is for I, R, B. And this is for I, B, Y. This is I, B. This current is I, R. This current is I, Y. So from the first view itself, it is very clear there will be line current and phase current. Which is line current? This one will be a line current. This is the load and this is, suppose this is KSEB lines coming into your home. So this is 3 lines. So line current, I line is root 3 I phase. In line voltage or current, always current or voltage, whatever it may be, always line values are greater than phase values and the relation is same, root 3. But here it is very clear, line voltage, line current and phase current are different in delta. What was in star? Line voltage and phase voltage were different, same relation. Now let us check about the voltage. Suppose this is line voltage, V line. Okay, what will be this? Suppose this is the phase voltage. This is actually for one phase. Its voltage will be same as line voltage because parallel. These points are parallel to these points. So in between two lines, suppose this V line, it is V in between. Okay, you cannot mark it as like this. Suppose this is line voltage and this is a phase voltage. This is phase actually. This is that phase voltage. Neutral point is not there. On the both side lines are connected. So this phase voltage will be equal to this line voltage. V line is equal to V phase in case of delta. So if you want the figure, you can draw IR, IY, IB, that figure. Then you can find IRY. Just same as that I done before in the last derivation of star. In star we draw phase voltages and we obtain line voltage, but in delta you can draw phase currents and you can obtain line current. Now let me write the phase power. 3-phase power is equal to 3 into V phase I phase cos phi. Is it clear? Now tell me, in term of line, V phase is nothing but V line itself, but I phase is, check this, I phase is I line by root 3 into cos phi. Then what you will get? Root 3 will get cancelled. Root 3 and 3 get cancels. Here you will get a root 3. So root 3 VL IL cos phi. That is the 3-phase power. Now it is very clear. 3-phase power is same for, equation is same for both star system and delta system. And the main thing you need to remember is this figure, and from this figure you should be able to comment that I line is equal to root 3 I phase, V line is equal to V phase. And if you want derivation, it will be there in your first year textbook. You can prove this also, and you can draw the phasor diagram. In previous board I draw the phasor diagram for star. The same phasor diagram can be drawn for delta in case current. That is the one and only difference. Wherever you are taken VR, VY, VB, you can take IR, IY, IB and find IRY, the same figure. You can draw the same figure by just changing the names. You try that also. So by this we are having a thorough brush up of all the basic concepts of 3-phase and single-phase power. Now we are going to do some problems in the upcoming class, in the next class. So I hope everyone enjoyed this session. So this is a somewhat congested session. A lot of things were discussed. Take your own time to prepare notes, and you can ask doubts to me anytime. Then we will clear that. Only after clarifying all the doubts we can move to the next area of problems, and this problem is really simple. It is not that much complicated as the first module or second module. You can simply score the marks. So just follow my lectures in the upcoming class, then you will you can easily score good marks from this module. So thank you. We'll meet in the next class.